Good evening. Thanks for watching News Channel 95. I'm Calvin Sneed.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. Election day is tomorrow. And before you head to the polls, we're keeping you covered on this year's closest races.
Now in Georgia, Democrats are trying to make a comeback with races being razor thin. The race for U.S. Senate is a close one between Democrat Michelle Nunn and Republican David Perdue, with pollsters saying Perdue is in the lead. According to the website Real Clear Politics, the top 6 most recent poll averages show Perdue with a 3-point lead.
Another contested race in Georgia is the office of governor. Incumbent Nathan Deal is going against Democrat Jason Carter. Real Clear Politics took an average of the top 5 most recent polls and determined Deal has a 3-point lead over Carter. Polls consistently show Deal having between a 3- and 5-point lead.
We are digging deeper into the too close to call races as voters get ready to head to the polls tomorrow.
The spot for U.S. Senate in Georgia is among the key races that could tip the party majority in Washington. News Channel 9's Briona Arradondo joins us with more on that. Briona.
Today is the last day for a push by candidates to get your vote to swing in their favor. So I spoke with Democratic and Republican representatives in Georgia about why every vote counts. The voting machines are lined up and precinct materials packed, ready to go for elections tomorrow in Catoosa County. It's for a competitive race that Georgia voters will decide for U.S. Senate. Candidates David Perdue, Michelle Nunn, and Amanda Swafford are running for the seat that retiring Senator Saxby Chambliss will vacate.
Well, in this election with the Senate and the governor's race, it's important for us to vote, number one. We'd like to see the millennials get out and vote.
Catoosa Democratic Party Chairman Ernest Pursley says he believes Democratic candidate Michelle Nunn would bring fresh eyes to the Capitol. Nunn is the daughter of former U.S. Senator Sam Nunn.
Up here in this part of the county, or part of the state, we've missed out on a lot of things that have been promised out of Atlanta.
The race is close with Republican candidate and former Dollar General CEO David Perdue. Some Catoosa Republicans say his background is needed in Washington.
Before the end of this presidential term, we'll have at least 2 Supreme Court justices over the age of 80, another one very close to it. So as everybody knows, the Senate confirms the Supreme Court justices.
All parties are stressing that each vote counts.
You can look at results in the past that if just 2 or 3 or 4 people turned out different at each precinct in the state or the country, the results would be completely different.
And the turnout message may be resonating. Catoosa County elections officials say early voting is up 50% this year compared to the last midterm election. And as we've showed you, polls suggest a tight race between Perdue and Nunn. A candidate for the U.S. Senate seat in Georgia will need 50% of the vote plus 1 to win. And having a Libertarian candidate, Amanda Swafford, on that ballot could make for a runoff election. Latricia.
All right, Briona, thank you. We will have more on the future of the Senate in a few minutes in an ABC National report. But now we focus on Tennessee, where there will be 4 amendments on the ballot tomorrow.
Now we want to keep you covered on what each of the amendments mean. Amendment 1 gives state lawmakers more power to regulate and restrict abortions. Amendment 2 would regulate the way appellate and Supreme Court judges are confirmed. Amendment 3 deals with a personal and state income tax. Amendment 4 allows veterans organizations to ask lawmakers for permission to hold events like bingo and lotteries. The movement to sell wine in grocery stores in many Tennessee municipalities will be on the ballot tomorrow.
Here are some of the local communities that collected the required number of ballot signatures to place the referendum on the ballot. Locally, Chattanooga, Collegedale, East Ridge, Lakeside, Red Bank, and Signal Mountain.
As well as Cleveland, Mont Eagle, Athens, and Etowah. Depend on us to let you know the outcome of this particular ballot.